Hi, this is Saul Roth, and I want to talk about the mental changes that have to come along with getting a buff or ripped body, and if they don't, what'll happen even if you achieve your goals. And I want to specifically use an example of Robert McElhenney. For those of you who don't recognize that name, he's an actor. He was on the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I did not watch that show. I have seen his face before, but I do follow fitness blogs, and so I followed a lot of different comments by different fitness professionals and fitness YouTubers on his body transformation. What's interesting about this one is he started off untrained and skinny, then they paid him to get really fat for the show, and then he got ripped. And now the show's over, and that was over with. His physique degraded, and he lost a lot of those gains and looks back to being not ripped. He still looks better than if he had never done anything, so he kept a little bit of it, but pretty much lost most of the progress he was paid with trainers and money to achieve. What's interesting is this is an actor. This is someone who gets paid for the way they look and is on camera all the time. So if you think if anyone would have some kind of vested interest in trying to maintain these crazy gains that they were paid to have, it would be him. But he couldn't do it. He also didn't have a lot of fun being ripped and in shape, and still leaves lots of comments about how he has more fun eating whatever he wants and drinking and all this other stuff than when he had to be so strict. So let's break that down and go into a little more of an analysis. So if you look at the pre-photos before he was trained, and other YouTube fitness bloggers have already commented on this, but nothing substantial, right? No substantial amount of muscle. Doesn't look like he has fantastic genetics for being a physical specimen or anything. So to get this transformation, you can watch other blog entries that go into the details of why, but basically he's going to be on steroids, or at the very least testosterone replacement therapy, and is going to be taking shots of testosterone because his natural body would not produce enough of the hormone to give you this transformation. How do I know that? Because he only had 3 fucking months. 3 months. 3 months! Even if you had fucking awesome genetics, you can't go from fat to ripped in 3 months. It's like, his genetics suck, by the way. Look at him untrained, right? Go out to like a place where people have good genetics and you'll see people that don't lift weights that have way more muscular development than that. There's fucking kids in high school with more muscular development than that without lifting weights. I don't have the best genetics, but way better than him. And I couldn't do the transformation he did in 3 months. So, full-time trainers, full-time nutritionist, and steroids. That's the way it works. Other guys have already said this. Pro bodybuilders have said this. People that do this for a living and take are on PEDs themselves have said this. I'm not hating on him. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying he got paid to make this transformation. He couldn't do it naturally, so they gave him shots. They worked his ass off. And even if it took 6 months, it's like 3 to 6 month transformation. But it doesn't make a difference. It's literally not possible naturally. So they get him on the chemicals. They put him on the nutritionist. They put him on the workout. When he gets done, he's hating life. He hated being on a diet. He gets a lot of pleasure from food and from alcohol. And he quickly degraded. And then he talked about it. He made a lot of jokes in other interviews about how he had a lot more fun and it's not realistic to keep it. So what does that mean? Well, it means that he's not a person that was in the habit of taking pleasure and joy from physical activities. He probably got more excited about eating tacos and drinking tequila than he did about swimming for an hour, hiking up a mountain, or running around like a crazy person. I don't know how to explain it, but he developed habits that center around a different type of relationship with food and with physical activity than you can have if you want to maintain that for life. The sad part is you don't really have to have less fun. In my opinion, the physical active life and mobility life and being able to run around and be healthy and feel strong and be like a champion is better. Way better, way crazier, way more fun, way happier. And you can still do the other fun things. You can still eat normal food. You can still drink alcohol sometimes if you want. It's just that he was used to a life that revolved around those things. And you can't have that life ever again if you want to maintain a body like that if you don't have the genetics for it. But he even was taking the shots of testosterone. So I don't get it. it's a good example of people wanting a look but not being able to appreciate it or be able to wrap their life around those changes. The weird part to me is he's an actor. You think an actor would have a vested interest in trying to look as good as possible for roles. Even a comedic actor, it doesn't matter. Look at Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's fucking rocked, right? He looks great, super good shape. And he's funny. So don't give me the comedian bullshit. Comedians can be jacked. This is even Kevin Hart. Look at Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's a little short guy. If anyone didn't need to be jacked, it was Kevin Hart, right? He does all these jokes about himself being tiny, but he's jacked and it looks great. This is Saul Roth. Leave a comment below what you think. If you like acting, if you like movies, you like fitness, like this video and subscribe. I'm also on Instagram as SaulRoth01 and on Twitter as SaulRo. And I just got distracted by the zoom button on my selfie camera.